It's a huge opportunity for the chasing pack out in La Liga as El Clasico has been postponed. Can Sevilla and Atlético Madrid close the gap? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we'll take a look at match day number 10 out in La Liga, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things La Liga related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related, all here on Warowski. Now, before we get to thick things and take a look at match day number 10, and of course look back at match day number 9, I've got a bit of small administration for you folks. I am on the lookout for Patreons, boys and girls. And I think you guys probably don't know what Patreons are, but if you do, just listen anyway. If you don't, take a pew and have a little listen. So Patreon is an avenue for you to support content creators just like this guy and help them spearhead or springboard their channel or their content a little bit further. It gives them extra motivation, extra belief, and obviously extra income to try and create fancier content, more high-grade content, improve the equipment, anything you like to help springboard the platform further. Now, I'm actually on the lookout for Patreons. I've been on the lookout for a few months. I just thought I'd remind everybody that this is something that exists out there. So if you are interested in becoming Patreons, there is a link down in the old description down below. There's basically 3 tiers of support ranging from $1 a month, just $1 a month. That's actually less than this cup of coffee, which I made at my own house. You know, it probably cost me about $1.50 to make that cup of coffee, and I drink about 6 of these bad boys a day. So yeah, from $1 a month, that's less than what, 20p a day, something like that. Probably less than 10p a day. It's about 15p a day. Yeah, that's right. Or you could really push the boat out and go $10 a month. But just to let you know that that's out there, and you should just explore it and have a little look and see what you think about it. But anyway, folks, we are here to talk about La Liga and match day number 10. But before that, we're going to take a look at match day number 9. Now, this is the grading criteria I judge both you guys as well as me each week as I take a look at your predictions as well as mine, see how well we got on the previous week. And I tell you what, I did okay this week, not great. I did much better than my Bundesliga picks, but let's get going anyway and take a little look at them. Granada took on Osasuna. These two CIs were playing Segundo Division football last season. 1-0 was the final score for Granada, who have started absolutely tremendously so far. They actually sit third in the table after this one, and that's behind the juggernauts, that's Barcelona and Real Madrid. Can they hang on? It's doubtful, but we'll see. Meanwhile, Barcelona took care of business against Eibar. 3-0 final score in this one. And I got this one bang on the nose, boys. Bang on the flipping nose. Meanwhile, the game of the weekend was Atlético Madrid up against Valencia. 2 juggernauts, or the next tier of juggernauts, duking it out over Madrid. 1-1 final score. She got the right amount of goals in this one. 2-0 for me. So I got that one wrong as well. Getafe took care of business against Leganés. 2-0 final score in the end. That has them projecting up the table up into the top 10. I actually went with a 2-1 win for myself on this one. Mallorca, they put the upset of the week, taking care of business against Real Madrid. Mallorca as well. They were actually struggling prior to this, but it's actually back-to-back wins for them up to 15th of the table. Real Madrid, though, that's their first defeat of the season, and it's a bit of a stinker. I actually went with a 2-0 win for Real Madrid on this one. I think the majority of us went for Madrid on this one as well. Alavés took care of business against Celta Vigo. 2-0 in the end. Actually went with a 1-0 win on this one. Alavés starting to show their true qualities as well, winning 2 of the past 3 games. My boys, Real Sociedad took care of business against Real Betis. 3-1 final score. Sociedad up to 4th in the table. Cha-ching. Happy about that. 2-1 for me. Espanyol just have an absolute shit show. They could get relegated despite playing in the Europa League. 1-0 loss to Villarreal. Actually went with a 0-0 draw on this one, so a bit shabby indeed. And Athletic Bilbao took on Valladolid. 1-1 final score. 2-1 for me. So I got that one wrong as well. And another crunch clash. Sevilla took care of Levante. 1-0 final score. Actually went with a 3-1 win on this one. Sevilla up to 5th in the table. And these are my predictions, results. Come on. Anytime now. There they go. There they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for me, which means I'm in the straight face gang, just shy of the top banana. Now, a lot of you guys joined me in the straight face club today. I don't think there's any top bananas, but I must say, a couple of you guys were very, very unlucky not to get top banana. I think think a lot, just like me, I was on the perimeter of getting into the 7 bracket, which would have got me. And I think Victor Fisher was in there. We'll take a look at them. Cody Cahoe did not too shabby. Andres Antonadan is not too shabby as well. Naji Kalali, he did okay for himself. Nathan Heaver, not too shabby as well. Amaji Monday, terrible one for you, buddy. Football cricket, not too shabby as well for you. Denzel Tan, he did very well in the old Bundesliga picks, but okay today. We'll get to David Gamers in just a second. Adam Celtic, not too shabby. Miko Nilly Poo Poo, he did also not too shabby. Victor Fisher, you were one of the unlucky ones who were on the border. Nightmare Seeker, not too shabby as well. David Gamers, not too shabby. Adi Petra, not too shabby. And we are QPR, my best mate from the Championship, because QPR absolutely ran right on us. He also did. So overall, not too bad. Besides Omaji Monday, which I think he was on 3. He was on the cusp of getting into the straight face gang. But everyone else, it was one of them weeks. But this week, we're going to be talking about El Clasico and more. This is the current state of flux out in the La Liga at the moment. Real Madrid are in second spot behind Barcelona, who top the table by 1 point. Granada could go top the table themselves if those two duke it out to a draw. As could Real Sociedad, they probably can't go top. I think a draw would see Barcelona remain top of the table ahead of Sociedad. So, yeah, that's the situation there. Down the bottom is Leganés, Espanyol, and Real Betis at the moment. That could go down if the season were to end today. So let's take a look at match day number 10 coming at you now, folks. We're going to kick it all off on Friday, the 25th of October. It is Villarreal up against Alavés. Now, the recent record between these two sides is 1 victory for Villarreal, 5 wins for Alavés over the course of the past few games in all venues and around the world. The last 6 games between these two sides over in Villarreal, though, are 4 victories for Alavés, 2 wins for Villarreal. So they are a bit of a bogey side for Villarreal. In fact, you're going to go all the way back to 2006 for Villarreal's last victory at home against these bad boys. 3 wins on the spin for Deportivo. The bookmakers, what do they think about this one as well? 11-20 or 20-11 on. So they are stone cold favourites for Villarreal at home. I'd put some money. If I was a betting man, I'd go for Alavés on this one. 5-1 away wins, 16-5 the draw. The recent record, if you go into the table, Villarreal though, 2 defeats at the past 4. Alavés on the flip side. Where are they? I did see them there to 9th. Just the 1 defeat at 6. So I would expect, I'm actually gone with a Villarreal victory here. I would have probably, looking at this now, I'm thinking, you know what? I don't think Alavés will lose this game. It'll either be a draw or a win for them. I think they've got the mentality to hold firm. But, hey, I've gone Villarreal on this one purely because on form and the table and situations like that. So here it is, El Clasico on a stinking Saturday. I think they're going to move it. Is it? It says, hang on a minute. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I'm looking at the website. Let me see. I think they were El Clasico. So this may or may not happen. They look like they're going to postpone this to December 18th, which would be nice. You know, it'd be a nice little Christmas present. Build up to Christmas. Watch this bad boy at home. Yeah, I'll be up for that. But anyway, it looks like this one's going to be postponed on this one. But I'm going to give you my reveal anyway. Things could change when this actually game does take place. So this has actually ruined my video because I was building up to El Clasico. I might have to redo the start. We'll take a look at that anyway. Meanwhile, so I'm going to give you my verdict on this one. Let's take a look at the stats and talk about it anyway. The last 6 games, El Clasico-wise, over in all venues. 4 victories for Barcelona, 0 for Real Madrid, 2 draws along the way. The last 6 over at Barcelona. 1 victory, just the 1 win for Barcelona when it's been held at the Camp Nou. 2 wins for Real Madrid and 3 draws along the way. However, you've got to go all the way back to 2017 in the Cup for Real Madrid's last victory against Barcelona at their own place. And in fact, you've got to go all the way back to 2016 for the last time they beat them at the Camp Nou in the league. So it's been a while. The bookmakers don't have this because it is postponed. But I'm pretty sure they would go with Barcelona on this one. So would I. 3-1 would have been my final score on this one. But again, this has actually been postponed. It's going to probably take place probably mid-December. And then we'll take a look at that game once it comes back around. But anyway, moving forward, that's put a bit of a kibosh on everything. Leganés will take on Mallorca this week. Obviously, coming into this on the back of that morale-boosting victory against Real Madrid. The recent record between these two sides it goes in favour of Leganés. 2 victories for them, 1 victory for Mallorca, and 1 draw along the way. The last time that these two sides did duke it out was in the Segunda Division. And within Mallorca won 3-0 when they were at home. And the last time that these two sides played, when Leganés were the hosts, was a 0-0 draw. And the recent record between these two sides, when Leganés hosting, has been basically Mallorca haven't won at the 2 and only recorded matches between these two sides. The bookmakers, what do they think about this one? They go 90-20 on for Leganés, 10-3 for the visitors. That's Mallorca, 23-10 the draw. A win for Leganés could see them go from off the bottom and into 19th spot, and a win for Mallorca could see them go as high as 8th in the table. That's how tight it is in the middle of the park. For me, I'm actually going to go with a 1-0 win for Mallorca to snatch it. Leganés are struggling at the moment, and I think their struggles will continue for another week. Valladolid, they're going to be taking on Eibar this weekend. Eibar coming to the 16th of the table. Meanwhile, Valladolid, they are as high as 14th. So it's a bit of a mid-table crunch clash at the moment. Valladolid coming to this, just the 1 defeat out of the past 6. Eibar coming to this 2 defeats of the past 6 as well. In fact, if you break that down a little bit, it's just 1 defeat out of the past 5. For Eibar heading into this. The recent record between the two sides over the past, both home and away, 3 victories for Valladolid, 1 victory for Eibar, and 2 draws along the way. Now, if you break that down even further, if you just look at the home games, Valladolid against Eibar, it's 1 victory for the hosts, 2 wins for the away team, and 2 draws along the way. But you have to go all the way back to 2014 for Eibar's last victory over Valladolid. It could be a friendly, I'm not too sure. It's back in August 2014, 1-0 win, final score. For me, I'm actually going to go with a 2-1 victory for Valladolid, and that, again, could potentially shoot them up to as high as 14th in the table, which would be 7th, depending on what else goes on elsewhere. Moving forward, it is Atlético Madrid up against their namesakes, well, kind of, Athletic Bilbao. Madrid come into this, they are, what are they in the table? They currently find themselves 6th in the table. Bilbao are down to 10th. They could actually flip-flop positions if Bilbao pick up the victory, but the chances are pretty slim. They come into this with just the 1 win out of the past 6 games. Madrid, on the flip side, 1 win out of 6 games. It's not great form for them at the moment. However, 4 of those past 6 games were draws. Meanwhile, on the flip side, just the 3 of the past 6 for Bilbao have been draws as well. So it's pretty wobbly form for both of these two teams. If you take a look at the last 6 games between these two sides in all competitions and all venues, 4 victories for Atletico, 1 for Bilbao, and 1 draw along the way. But the last 6 over in Madrid, 5 victories for the host, 1 win for Athletic Bilbao, and 1 draw along the way. The bookmakers, there's 6-4 favourites for Atletico Madrid, 5-1. 6-4 on, should I say, 5-1 for Athletic Bilbao, and 5-2 the draw. I'm actually going to go with a home win on this one for Madrid, 3-0 quite comfortably in the end. Moving into Sunday's matches, Celta Vigo taking on my boys Real Sociedad. Now, the recent record between these two sides, 3 victories for the visitors, 2 wins for Celta Vigo, and 1 draw along the way. That's in all venues and all grounds. Now, if you break that down a little bit and take a look at the games hosted by Celta Vigo, it's 2 wins for those, 1 win for Sociedad, and 3 draws along the way. Last time Sociedad picked up the victory was back in 2017. It was a 3-2 final score. The goal scorers on that day was Mikel Oyarzabal, Unami, and William Jose with the penalty. Meanwhile, Maxi Gomez got himself a daily double on that day for Celta Vigo. The bookmakers, what do they think about this one? 19-10 for the home victory, 6-4 for Real Madrid, 9-4 the draw. And if you take a look at the table, Real Sociedad could go, like I said, potentially into 2nd spot this week with a victory. Celta Vigo need some points, but a win for them could see them jump from the relegation zone up to 11th at the very best. I'm actually going to go with my boys, I think, on this one. 2-1 win, final score, and that, again, could push them to top 2, top 3, something like that. They're 4th in the table at the moment. We'll have to see. Their form, though, is just 4 wins at the past 6. In fact, if you break that down even into finer numbers, 2 defeats at the past 3, so not great. Meanwhile, Granada, though, take on bottom club. Are they bottom? No. Strugglers, Real Betis. Granada currently sit 3rd in the table, and a win for them could see them go top of the pops. They could go top of the pops now that we know that game's postponed. So yeah, maybe Sociedad could also get top of the pops. Man, that's put a right big kibosh on my whole prediction show. But the recent record between these two sides, 2 wins for the hosts, 2 wins for Betis, and 2 draws along the way. But the last 6 games over in Granada is more favourable for the visitors. 2 wins for the hosts, 3 wins for Betis, and 1 draw along the way. But you've got to go back to 2015 for the last victory for Real Betis. It was a 2-1 win. And again, it could be a Mickey Mouse Cup or a friendly. Ruben Castro on the score sheet, Francisco Portillo as well. Youssef Al Arabi, the only scorer for Granada on this one. But the last time these two sides did play in Granada was a 4-1 victory for the hosts. Adrian Ramos with a daily double, Adrias Pereira with the goal and a red card, and Mendy Cancela Gonzalez with the goal. There was 2 players sent off in this crazy match. We did talk about Granada going top of the table, but a win for Real Betis could see them go as high as 11th on this one. The bookmakers, what do they think on this one? They think a 13-10 for Granada, 21-10 the away team, 12-5 the draw. For me, I'm actually going with Granada as well to continue their recent turn of form. Just the 1 defeat out of 6 games, whereas Real Betis come into this 1 win out of 6 games, so not great indeed. Levante will take an Espanyol this Wochenende. The recent record between the two sides: 1 win for Levante, 2 wins for Espanyol, 3 draws along the way. Espanyol, though, look absolutely dog shit at the moment. Just the 1 win out of the past 5 games in all competitions, and that victory was against Moscow in Russia. I think they are focusing more on doing well in the Europa League than they are doing in the flipping in La Liga. But yeah, the recent record though, going to with Levante as hosts, is 1 victory for them, 1 victory for Espanyol, 4 draws along the way. You've got to go all the way back to 2016 for Levante's victory. Last victory over Espanyol was a 2-1 win final score. However, 2018, Espanyol picked up their last victory against them, and it was in the Cup. It was a 2-0 win, final score on this one. The bookmakers on this bad boy, what do they think? They think 21-20 for the host, 27-10 for Espanyol, 12-5 the draw. Espanyol losing 3 of the past 3 games. 3 games losing in a row, whereas Levante on the flip side, they're not doing too much better. They are up to 11th though, 1 defeat out of 3. I'm actually, as we try to play catch-up, I'm actually going to go with a ball draw on this one. I haven't called many draws so far, so 0-0 for me. Can't separate the two sides, and that point could push Levante, or could maintain them into 11th spot at best. Meanwhile, Sevilla will take on Getafe this weekend. 2 teams that are doing okay on recent revivals. Sevilla currently sit 5th in the table, though. 3 losses out of the past 6 up against the Getafe side. Just the 1 loss out of the past 6. A couple of draws in that mix as well. The recent record between the two sides: 2 victories for Sevilla, 2 victories for Getafe, and 2 draws along the way. If you break that down, though, to the games that just took place in Sevilla, the last 6 games, 4 victories for the hosts, 1 victory for Getafe, and 1 draw along the way. However, this time last season, when they duked it out in September, Getafe picked up the victory. It was a 2-0 win in the end. In fact, you're going to go all the way back to 2015 for the last time Sevilla won against Getafe. It was a 5-0 demolition. Kevin Gamiro with a hat-trick, Banguera with a penalty, and Knoplianka with a penalty. There's actually 3 penalties on that day. For me, in fact, Sevilla, if they win, they could also challenge for the top spot. As for Getafe, they could go as high as 4th if they were to get the victory. I'm actually going to go with a 2-0 win for the hosts on this one, and again, push them into contention for Champions League spots this match day number, 10? Moving forward into the final game of the weekend is Osasuna up against Valencia. Now this team, Osasuna, currently find themselves in 13th spot on the board. They were the draw meisters up till late, but they've actually lost 2 of the past 4 games. Meanwhile, Valencia come into this in 8th spot on the table, unbeaten in 5, but there's 3 draws in that mix. The recent record between these two sides, though, is 0 wins for Osasuna, 4 wins for Valencia, 2 draws along the way. That's in all venues and all grounds. However, if you do take a look at the last 6 games over in Osasuna, it's just 1 victory for the hosts, 2 victories for Valencia, and 3 draws along the way. You've got to go all the way back to 2012 for Valencia to have picked up the victory last time out. So 2-0 win. They actually beat them twice the same year. They played them in the league on the 8th of December, then they played them in the cup on the 11th of December and won both of them. Before that, though, all the way back to 2011 was the last time Osasuna picked up the victory against Valencia. It was a 1-0 win, and again, that was in the league. Alvaro Cajudo with the score on that one. For me, in fact, let's give you the bookies odds before we wrap this puppy up. For me, the bookies 7-4 for Osasuna, 17-10 for Valencia, 11-5 the draw. I'm actually going to go with the victory to go with the away team here, 3-1 final score, and that could put a bit of a spin on things. In fact, that victory for Valencia could see them go as high as 4th in the table. But let's just say all these games took place. Of course, I'm highlighting the Barcelona-Madrid one, and they happened, which they won't because we know that's postponed. But the rest of them took place, and the results came in just like this. This is what the table would look like at the end of match day number 10. Barcelona would be top of the table. Granada would be in 2nd. Sociedad will be in 3rd. Atletico Madrid will be in 4th. Real Madrid will drop down to 6th. As for the bottom, Leganés will be rock bottom with just 2 points on the board. Espanyol will be 2nd from bottom, and Betis real bettors would go down if the table was to end like this. But we all know, like I said, El Clasico has been kiboshed, at least for a couple of months. It looks like December is when the game could take place. A lot of political unrest or something like that's what I've been reading is going on right now to warrant this postponement. But yeah, get your predictions in the comment section down below. What you expect to happen in matchday number 10. Do you expect Sociedad or Granada to take advantage of this opportunity to go top of the table? Or will the likelihood of Madrid, Valencia, Sevilla start to put the pressure on the boys at the top of the table? Give me your thoughts and predictions in your comment section down below. Before I go, I just want to let you know that about an update of what's going on the channel the next few days, because it is getting very, very busy out there football-wise. Of course, today is Tuesday, with this video just popped out earlier. If you're free, we're actually going to go live later on today to do Premier League predictions for match day number or something. I can't remember what the number is, but we have Premier League predictions on the show today. Meanwhile, on Thursday, we're back to the Championship predictions. We did a late show on Sunday, which was an absolute barrel of laughs, so make sure you come by for Thursday to catch those guys again. And then on Saturday, if you're stuck for things to do, obviously if you're Barcelona or Real Madrid fans, you've got nothing to do, why don't you come check me out over on Twitch? Bit of a Northwest crunch clash. It is El Clasico of the Championship. It is Preston North End up against Blackburn Rovers at Deepdale, when I watch the game live on Twitch, and you catch my instant reaction as we stick 6 past them, because that's each one of their fingers they've got. So yes, make sure you stick around for those bad boys. And again, get your thoughts and comments in your comment section down below. Give me your predictions, and we'll take a look at them next week. And I think it's a double match week next week, so it's games galore out in La Liga. So we're going to be right on the money. And when that comes around. Until then, I'm going to smash this. Make sure you smash the thumbs up, and make sure you smash the subscribe if you're new to the channel. And we'll be back very, very soon with some more predictions right here at Blackburn Rovers Seas, where it rains videos each and every day. Ciao for now, skis. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.